Good evening, it's Brian at Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. I want to show you this really nice Mercedes C220 Avant-Garde, and it's an estate. This is a really super tidy car. It's got extremely low mileage. The previous owner I know very well, but the car, it's just really unusual because it's got really low mileage on it, and it's kind of an unusual sort of specifications. There's some really nice stuff in it. We do Mercedes here, but where we are at the moment, Hyundai here, and then literally just up the road up there we also do Mercedes as well, and then there's garages in Naas and Tullamore and Carlow. If you're spending a lot of money on a nice car like this, you want to know that there's an after-sales service. So as I was saying, we do Hyundai, Honda, and we're also Mercedes approved in terms of sales and servicing as well. So if you're spending a lot of money on a nice car like this, at least you know that there's going to be a really good backup service through here. Anyway, let's have a look at the car. So as we were saying, this is a really unique kind of specification on the car. The previous owner actually bought the car brand new, and he actually specified the car in exactly how you see, and I'm pretty sure that there's not another one like it available in Ireland at the moment with the exact specification that's on the car. So on the outside we've got a really nice blue colour, as we can see. The wheels, and I have seen two models in these. I'm not expert on Mercedes, but this wheel I have seen two different types. Condition of the wheel is very nice, and what's nice about it is as well it's diamond cut, but some of them I've seen with a dark type of finish, and these ones then are a lighter diamond cut kind of finish, and I think these are much nicer on the car because if we look down the side of the car, it really complements the chrome strip down along the bottom really well, so it makes it look congruent. Similarly, if we look around the windows as well, there's a really nice chrome section that goes around the window, so I think that looks really nice. The car is, I mean, unbelievably clean in terms of how it has been maintained. So looking at condition, first of all, if we just look at that bonnet, looking for stone chips, and you know, every car is going to have a couple of stone chips. There are very few, if any, on that particular car at the moment. If we look down the side of the car, all the panels, including this wing, the door, the rear door, and not the quarter panel, all nice and original and blemish free, so in really nice condition all the way down that way. If we move around to the back, the taillights on the car are a nice LED style setup, so as we can see down along through there, it just gives it that expensive type of look, and then the indicator is also a nice LED function as well. That coincides with one of the nicest things I think on the car, well, which strikes for me anyway. I love LED headlamps on a car. So if we have a look at the headlamps, the indicators down through here are a nice LED. We have these xenon headlamps in through here as well, and then a big long daytime running light all the way down through there. So sometimes you will see cars, for example, say the CLA that's over there at the moment, they will have a non-xenon headlight, you know, standard full and dip, but I just really think on the C-classes it makes such a difference at the front of the car if it has that style of headlamp, which has the really nice big daytime running light up through there, and also then it has the nice LED indicator with the xenon headlamp on the front. That is a 170 horsepower diesel unit in 2.1 with a 6 forward gear gearbox, so there's really loads of torque in it, but it's actually quite a frugal car as well to drive. In terms of the front wing over here, this is in very nice condition, as is all the way down the driver's door, onto the rear door, and onto the quarter panel as well, so all very nice condition, but again reflective of a car with unbelievably low mileage. The car has, as we just while we're up here, it has Parktronic functions, and actually while we're looking at it, the bumper down through here is in quite nice condition, again complementing the chrome that was on the side of the car. That section down along the bottom of the bumper is quite nice looking as well, and moving around against Parktronic functions which make noise as you're encountering objects. Similarly, down along through the back, you've got the same functionality on that Parktronic there, and again more chrome along here, complemented with the boot lid, and again just staying congruent overall with how the car looks, and including these really nice, what look like brushed aluminium, which they are, roof rails up top. And then one other very significant feature on this car, again specified by the previous owner, panoramic roof. So from my experience on these, that is quite not a very popular not a very common feature in Ireland, and purely because it is an expensive option when you're ordering the car brand new. So it looks really nice, pops up, but gives some really nice light in the car. The other cool thing is he specified power tailgate, so you can do that from the key as well. The boot is super tidy. So storage in through there as well, down under here with puncture repair, and then all the way down around the sides. Really handy. One cool thing actually is, see the way when the boot goes up, unlike a lot of normal cars, this actually moves upwards, which means you actually get good access, so the back tray is not getting in your way, so you don't always have to grab it and let it back. Naturally, the way the boot works, it actually drops down, but you can manually pull it down if you want, but it's just a clever way of doing things, I think. That's all. Light along here, obviously, when that's up to warn motors maybe behind you, or just general light overall. So power tailgate, very nice option. And again, not something you see the whole time. After that then, in terms of the rear, there is upgrade sound Burmeister, front and rear, so tweeter here, speaker here, and it's actually really nice looking as well. There is again electric windows through here. I mean, literally, without trying to give you a big sales pitch or pun, it is extremely tidy, as new, I think, is how I would describe the car so far. Mats down through here are perfect. Small bit of storage in the rear in through there. The floor mat is perfect. The rear ventilation is perfect. Again, all nice brushed aluminium around the vents, and also the button for turning on or off. There is drinks holder and drinks holder in through here. There is storage in through there, or else I can let this back up. This black leather is absolutely as new. 3 head restraints, 3 3-point safety belts. This is part of our Parktronic through here, so we have noise, and this is also a warning basically if something is close by. And one other thing I forgot to show you is on the back tray there's also a dog guard in through there as well. We have pan roof from the inside, so really significant feature when you sit into this car. And the other nice thing is lighting up through here, as well as if I sit in through there, nice, and it's kind of stylish looking lighting in through there. In terms of the front of the car, again, everything I'm saying to you guys so far is this car is stupidly clean, really well looked after. Just a quick background on it. Oh my God, the wind. So the previous owner, forget about it. The previous owner is someone that I know for a long time, and he, was working in Europe, and basically he bought the car just before he was moving back to Ireland. Well, just before, maybe about a year before he was moving back to Ireland. But the kind of work that he does, he, I suppose, is working in offices based in the city. So really the car was very seldom used. And then when he moved back from Europe, again, similarly, living in the city, using a train to get in and out of work. So, you know, not even driving to a train station. The car wasn't getting, I suppose we'll say, with a commute like that, when do you get a chance to use your car? If you're during the week you're not using it, it's only the weekend you get a chance to use it. So that's why the mileage is probably one of the lowest mileage C220 2015s in the country, I would imagine, from what I see online at the moment. I think there might be one that's similar, and after that there's nothing else with lower mileage, and especially with that kind of specification as well. So but that's the kind of background on the car. We've done servicing on the car, and before it goes out or someone buys it, we will be servicing the car before it goes out as well, and we put a warranty on the car too, and roadside assist as well. Anyway, let's continue looking inside. So similarly, like, the rear door card is perfect. Sorry, I forgot to say, the rear door card over there is perfect. This door card is perfect. Forgot to do one thing on the outside. That wheel is excellent condition. I don't see a problem with brakes and tyres on this kind of a car, but they do need to be checked before the car goes out. But with such low mileage, I'd imagine they're in very good shape. But we will do a proper check over and service the car before it goes anywhere. Now, just while we're inside, again, Burmeister, as we see along through here. There is heated seat functionality through here, and then on my seat, there is functionality for electric, so up, down, back, forward, all the functionality of the seat is electric down through there. The passenger, I'd imagine, is not. So the passenger works on... No, actually, the passenger is electric. Alright, cool. Okay, so the passenger is electric too. Storage in the centre with USB connectors and all that kind of stuff down through there. All perfect, brushed aluminium, excellent condition. The little mouse pad over here for toggling through the infotainment system here, so we can move our hand along through here, or what we can do then is use the toggle button either, and then just go into our home overall, and we can, okay, for example, if I hit home, I get home. I can then toggle twisting this which is moving me along through here. Or I think if I swipe, yeah, so I'm swiping at the moment and it's moving that as well. So same idea. So it's like an overall control pad. Home again is in through here. So I remember first time I sat in one of these, it's a bit, wasn't sure about it, but actually it becomes pretty congruent after a while. I can select my agility settings down through there. So things like, we'll say, let's get out of there and go back home for a sec. So if I want to have things like, we'll say, sport setting, comfort setting, and all it's doing is reducing things like drags on air conditioners, throttle sensitivity, that kind of stuff. After that then, 6 forward gear gearbox. This is in excellent condition, brushed aluminium. The steering wheel feels like new. Sometimes you sit into a car and you just think to yourself, that is actually, it just feels like new. It feels like literally brand spanking new, so it does. Again, because we see here 19,000 kilometers. Trip computer in through here for average speed, fuel efficiency, all that kind of information is down through there. After that then, the headlights as we saw are LED and they're automated from there. Bluetooth can be accessed down through here. But again, you can access all that stuff up through the main centre section down through here. If I go for reverse, I get a reverse camera, and then I've got dynamic guidelines on that as well. And then if I go back in here, I can go into my Navi, and so I have a setup of navigation in through there. If I press the button and then toggle over view map, so all that kind of functionality down through there. Heat controls can be used from these hard buttons, or I believe you can go into the menu and you can go to vehicle. There's probably something there for climate. Again, I do have to learn a bit more about these because I'm not expert or experienced on Mercedes at all, unfortunately. But there's hard buttons, or I suppose toggling in through here as well. Anyway, without boring you to death, this is something you could look at when you come. So as we were seeing along here, we have functionality for trip information and functionality for mobile phone. And then handbrake is accessed down through there as well. Just in case you're wondering, any lights on the dash, there is one little fuel headlights, and this is just telling me that I have a slightly low pressure in one of the tyres. So that is a C220 avant-garde state with a really nice panoramic roof, lovely LED headlamps and tail lights, and the other functions like navigation, reverse camera, all that kind of stuff that we've seen there already. If there's information you want on the car, please do give me a call. It is a super nice car. If you're looking for an estate 220, it's, oh god, look, it's definitely worth considering, because it's got to be one of the nicer ones around, with the mileage, with the condition. It's such a nice car. It looks really, really well. And to be fair, like, I suppose this is one of these cars that I find that we do different brands here. Most, even myself, is going to be Honda and Hyundai. But we'll say sometimes I do have a little bit of exposure towards the Mercedes as well. And you get into a car like this and it's just a really nice place to be. I get more of a novelty out of it maybe than the guys that sell these kind of cars the whole time. But this is a lovely, lovely car. And what I've noticed so far is I just looked at the price structure, specification. A lot of people coming in looking for SUVs, and they're kind of going, I want a big boot and all that kind of stuff, and they're joining the SUV, revolution that's been going on. But some people are getting tired of it, and they're kind of saying, I'm not sure if I wanted an SUV anymore. This is kind of one of these kind of oddball, not oddball, but how would you say, curveball, where somebody's coming in and they're looking at an SUV and they're going, hang on a minute, never thought about a Mercedes, never thought about, an estate car, but this is actually just a cool car, and it happens to be having a big boot, and it's got lots of spec as well. So it does the family thing without having to go down the SUV route, and you get into a Merc. So might be kind of something that you may not have considered. The other thing as well with this car, manual gearbox, 220, in my opinion, is the one you'd want with a manual gearbox, because if you're going for manual, that means you like driving, and you like how a car behaves. So let's have a quick look at acceleration on this 220 170 horsepower. Okay, so I'm just in a little area behind the garage here. So if I floor the car, say for example in second gear, currently doing 30 kilometers an hour, floor the car now, pulls along really nice. Or similarly, say for example, if you're pulling out of a town, you're in third gear, you're doing about 50 kilometers an hour. So if I floor the car, we'll say now in a more realistic driving position setup, so it gets up to the speed, but it's really smooth. And once again for the crack from second gear. And I'm getting a little bit addicted to this now. It's actually kind of fun. It's real, how would you say? It's really kind of linear. It's just really nice and smooth. So you put your foot down, go, 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 into third. So, is this car one of the nicest cars I think we've had here? I would think so. It's got a really nice specification and it's unique, and what's nice about this car is the fact that it is unique. I think it's got a nice specification setup. It's a 220 manual, so some people really like driving a car. They like going up and down through gears. They enjoy the fun of it. So if you're going to do it, the 220 is the one to do it in, because it's got a nice power level. But road tax is still things like 190 euros. They're quite fuel efficient as well. So a car like this all day long is in the region of 5 or so litres per 100 kilometres, which is in that, I suppose, 55 to 60 miles per gallon region that you normally associate with something like a small nip around car like the Civic. And then, as I was saying, so many people come in to look at the SUV kind of setup, but think about it this way. This car here is about the same price as this car here and this car here. So from that point of view, if you were looking for a really nice car overall, I think this it's a nice alternative to basically, I suppose, what everyone else is looking at the moment in terms of SUVs and stuff like that. And it's nice to get a really nice, well looked after one as well. We will provide a warranty on a car like this. We'll provide roadside assist on a car like this. The car will be serviced for you, can pick it up. We will provide finance on a car like this, and we will take any car that you got to trade. No problem, give me a shout, 086 843 1945. So hopefully this particular car is of interest to you. I think it's a really nice car. And it's rare, it's different. It's nice to have something different, isn't it? So 086 843 1945. Do not hesitate to give me a shout. Hopefully this car is of interest to you. Thank you for taking time to watch.